Here we are at week 13. As I've been told, 13 is a lucky number in China, at least in Mandarin. So let's hope it's a lucky week for all of us. And you'll see that we're doing the screencast right now, which of course I'll place right here. But onward to what we've got cooking. I'm going to start with the reading. There are just a couple of pieces of reading. They're not long. A chapter from Weston, and this article about the problem of satire blindness, how some people don't recognize satire when they see it. So give it a read. It's not long, but be sure you pay attention to some of the terms she uses, like satire blindness, and how it works, and how the internet works. It sort of minimizes the value of satire or its effect. Its entertainment value gets convoluted in a way. But give it a good read. And also, we have just a little bit to read in Weston's Rulebook for Arguments. Chapter 2, Arguments by Example. And as you read her article, you will see that, in fact, she's using examples. And obviously, the more examples, the stronger the argument. So, this is a short chapter, but again, know how it's put together. The nice thing about Weston is he organizes his chapter by rules for argument, and they go all the way through the book. So here in chapter 2, the first rule is the 7th rule of the book, because the others were in chapter 1, which you read. In fact, let me go back there for a second and point out what he says about jokes. In case you've forgotten, it's right there. Even jokes can be argument, though the reasons may seem silly. But we're going to look at analyzing jokes, especially satire and parody. Remember that not all satire is parody, but all parody is satire. Okay, so the rules for accessing an argument by example, the quality of the examples, the number of them, and so on. And there are 2 of the rules you'll want to pay special attention to for the work we're going to be doing this week in the discussion and later on Friday's reading questions. But the reading questions will focus on her article. But you'll need this to sort of navigate some of the reasoning. And remember the first 2 extended argument analysis essays where you had to use counter arguments? Well, here Weston's talking about counter examples that disagree with the examples you picked. Give this a read. It's pretty interesting, and it will come in handy as you start thinking about our final extended argument analysis, which will be on a piece of comedy you have picked. You already know about that, but we'll go into a little more deeply as we get rolling this week. So, those are the readings. Let's pop up to the assignments page. And as you'll see, discussion and readings, and this comic argument analysis due Friday night. 50 points, couple of paragraphs. I've gone over this 2 weeks ago when it came online. But in short, it's time, so you've got to think of it like the reading quiz. It's time. You've got a button to push here. And in your view, I don't want to repeat myself too much. You can go back and look at that screencast. However, just read your way through this. And once you get it rolling by 9 p.m., you'll have plenty of time, 3 hours, to write only 2 paragraphs. So I don't think you'll feel too rushed. I hope not anyway. Let me know if you have questions about this. And let's take a look at the other item coming up, which is due next week. It's your proposal. Also 2 paragraphs worth of work, worth of writing, and careful thinking. And it's based on this. Let me backtrack for a second. It's based on the extended argument analysis essay. Of course, you have 2 options. I've already introduced it, so I won't go deep into the weeds here, but be sure you looked at the options. See which one is more attractive to you. And yeah, you've got to use Critchley and Weston this time. You've got them both in each option. So, when you've made your decision about which option you're going to pick, this proposal will almost write itself. And that's happening next week. And the calendar tells me that that's going to be Monday of next week. So keep that in mind. Just 2 paragraphs. But you've got to get to the specifics. Which option you're interested in pursuing, why a specific work of satire or comedy is funny according to at least one chapter beyond the first chapter. I know the first chapter is where he has those reasons why people laugh, the 3 theories of comedy, but think about one of the other chapters too that relate to the work you're thinking of using. Stand-up comedian or a TV series or a movie, depending on which option you pick on that assignment. Okay, and Weston as well. Logical fallacies are your buddy here, because that's pretty obvious by now that what makes us laugh is the fact that the conclusion is illogical in that argument, which is a joke. So those are the 2 biggies. One due Friday, one due Monday. Right there and right there. Okay? Have a great week. Don't forget to ask me if you have questions. And I guess since this is week 13, we're going to roll right through May pretty quickly as we head toward the end of the semester. So keep that in mind. Don't let yourself fall behind. Have a great week.